Hey everyone, out in the garage today. My fluorescent over my head just came on as I started recording this, and actually it popped on right as I was making the PSA video for Smart Cowboy. I'll throw a link down in my description for his videos. Remind for PSA. I know it's really coming to the last minute here, guys. If you can, please come on. Go over, watch his video, and get your video in. Today, I would be outside riding, but I'm just getting over a slight cold I got yesterday. And it's rainy out, and cold. Like I said, out my garage here, I've got a mixture of incandescents and fluorescents. The fluorescents, evidently, they were built more for indoor use or a heated area, because whenever it gets damp and chilly out here, they don't want to work. Well, it just kicked on. It just got warmed up just enough to kick on. A little bit of safety. I mean, we preach as riders, wear all your gear all the time. Something else that I like to remind everybody to, come on, do your T-clock also. I was getting a little bit lazy with mine the last few weeks, and without me realizing, I ride a dual sport which has really thick walled tires to start with, and just to look at them, they'll look okay. You hear my rear was low. I mean, I had what 8-9 pounds in it, which I can air my tires down to what 12-15 pounds for off-road, but it's not great for on-road, and it does cause some squirreliness. And if you're not expecting it, you can lose your bike. It's a safety issue here. So not just gear all the time, but do your T-clock also. Seen last night that Navy Thomas 8 finally made it home from his previous trip, and it's good to see that he made it home. Better yet, good to see that Barbie's not spitting oil up all over the place on you. Hopefully they got the bugs all worked out. Excuse me. It's one of those days. Like I said, I'm kind of doped up with cold medicine right now, and it's making me drowsy as it is. What was I going to say? You know what, my mind just flipped out on me. And that happens all the time. Oh. Whenever I carry everything on the goat. If I have to repair the goat anywhere, majority of the time, I have all the tools I need, most of the parts that I need to limp it back. At least get into a safe area. I can even change the tire or tube along the road. That's just the way I set it up. I keep it that way. And whenever I noticed the rear tire did have a very slow leak in it. The tube had a slow leak. So, I could have just, pulled alongside the road, spent, well, on average, I'd say 20 minutes changing the tube. But I chose to say, okay, let's air it up, see how slow it really does. And I was losing about 8 pounds every half hour. And that's not a very slow leak at that point, but it's enough to, long I take it easy. I wasn't riding on freeways or anything, or super highways. I was just riding small back roads. And all I took it easy. I knew that I could make it to a point, air it up, and just keep on going until I make it home. I always carry an air pump aboard, of course, and I do carry extra tubes on board. I'm cycling through my tubes. Whenever I had the blowout, was back in, I think it was October, November. That was a good tube. There was no patches in it. But I had a spare tube in there, 2 spare tubes actually I had, that did have 1 patch per tube, and I was kind of leery about putting them in, but I figured, you know what, they seem to hold air, let's throw it one in, and roll a dice. I always have an extra inner tube in there just in case. So basically what I'm doing is I'm cycling through the inner tubes that has patches to just get rid of them. They're not really trustworthy for long distance. I know, they're just to get you home. And I do mainly local riding right now anyway. I've got some long distance rides coming in. And that patch tube I got in it right now, because that was my second spare, it'll be going out the door. I know it's not going to last long. I'll just order a couple of new tubes, get rid of it. Tubes aren't expensive, but I am the type of person, if it works, if it's good, use it. I don't like to waste much. And I mean, a patch tube will be okay for my local riding. I keep it under 45 most of the time. And it's basically easy in-town riding. For my area, front tire, of course, I'm all brand new with that. The only thing used on the front end is rim. So I have no worries about that, even though I do keep 2, not 1, but 2 extra inner tubes in my saddle cans. I got some eye bolts for the cans sitting here. I'm going to be mounting them later on. That give me some extra strap points. And one thing that I am looking at, I'm looking forward to picking up here in the future, is a rear tail box. It might not be the metal like Navy Thomas 8 had on the back, but I mean, plastic lighter anyway, even though they do break if you get them hit. But for the money, and I can't find the right, it's not that I can't find, it's hard to find the right size I want in a metal box. And by the time I get to it, I pick it up and like, this is a lot of extra weight to put on the tail of the bike. Which, I mean, it did fine with Navy Thomas 8, but I wanted to lighten it up a little bit. So I am going to go with a plastic box, and in the next few months, hopefully I'll pick one up and mount it and let these guys see what I did. I mean, you look at my first videos, you see my KZ. Heck, I had a plastic crate that I picked up at Walmart and strapped it on. It worked. I want to do something a little bit different with the goat, since, I mean, I do have a tailback, it works fine for local, but I'm looking to get long distance. I want to be able to keep things dry long distance. And why not have something that I might be strong enough that I can use as a center stand for the goat. I mean, the goat does not have a center stand, and I would like to purchase a center stand, but it's just not in my budget to do it right now. I got other things I'm thinking about for it. And hopefully by this coming weekend, I'll have the helmet mount for my GoPro. Figured I'd give you guys a little update face to face, since I've been throwing you guys out, well, I throw out falls videos, I throw out several riding videos, which I don't really, like I said, that view for the riding video, it works. I'm able to do recording with my microphone piped into the GoPro, but I'm not a big fan of that view. I'm really not. I'm using it as for now, since I have the mount already on the bike. Go ahead and use it. I'm more of a fan of the helmet mount, and actually the top mount I'm not really a big fan for. They do work. You can get some good shots with it. I'm more of a rider eye view. Suburban Rider actually uses that view a lot, the rider's eye view. I do like that view, but it ain't going to work out with this particular helmet. It just ain't formed right. I'm not going to put a camera inside my helmet. That's something I was trying to get away from. And the way this particular helmet is, it was just not, it just have no spot, no place on it to put a mount on properly, and for me to trust. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Teletubby mount on the top, and I'll fly with that until I find or figure out something better. That's about it. Oh, I heard Lori Jennifer, LJ. I heard she's having some problems with some haters. And, I mean, my view on it is, yes, you have to have a pretty thick skin to do this. I mean, I learned that right off the bat. I got slammed pretty good by a few haters. And, I mean, the haters, I kind of call them trolls. That hasn't come out yet. And I see us, we are basically a community that should stick together. I mean, there is, even though we are a pretty large community, and I mean, I only know a small section of the community that I talk to and everything else. I really do not know a larger portion of the community. There's a lot of kids in the community. I call kids. That's in your late teens up to 30 years old. I mean, I call them kids. They're a lot younger than I am. There's a lot of kids in there. There's a lot of different kinds of bikes, scooters. I mean, but the thing is, we all need to come together. There's only one. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. We all need to kind of stick together. And I mean, if somebody needs help, give them a hand out. And LJ, I'll tell you. I mean, I wouldn't give up with your videos. I would just block them. I know I haven't been around nearly as long as you have, but I mean, if you ever need somebody just to scream at if you want to, get out of frustration, I'm here. I mean, I don't care. And you know who I am, even though we have never met face to face. I know I've released what I call my alter personality, and just let loose on my videos. I hope everything does well for all you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Remember, right, wear all your gear all the time, and don't forget, do your TCLOCS. That could save your life also. Have a great day. This is MuzzleMike signing out.